G'day, what is Valtteri Bottas afraid of? How will his life change as a reserve driver for Mercedes this year? And will he ever call Australia home? I spoke to Valtteri yesterday in Perth about these and many other matters.
I'm always watching around. I did ask myself, like, what's next?
So this year, reserve driver, obviously there's the obvious differences, you're not racing every race, but what are some of the things that perhaps we don't realise will change for you as a reserve?
The biggest difference will be, I would say, when the lights go off on Sunday. I'm not in there, I'm outside watching, and that's going to be weird, and for sure will take some time to get used to, but I'll try and keep busy.
A lot of people don't know what a reserve driver does, apart from drive when someone's sick.
Yeah, there's more to it. Quite a bit of simulator work, which is getting each year more and more important, because that is still not limited in terms of days or kilometers. There will be some tire testing. There's purely tire testing, especially for 2026, as the regulations will change. And of course, they're going to use me with sponsors and different events and stuff like that.
What's next? You've still got that tattoo on your leg?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's obviously, like I said, it is real. So yeah.
Well, whose idea was that? Because that threw a lot of us.
When I learned that I won't have a seat for 25, I did ask myself, like, what's next? And then everyone was also asking me, what's next? And when I did my video announcing that, I won't be on the grid, and at the end of the video, I think I said something like, and I'm really excited to see what's next. It was just what I said. And then that just started to go in my head, and also in my mate's head, Paul Ripke.
Yeah.
And Tiffany, and then that topped up with everyone asking about it. It just became a thing, which was quite fun. So the next day, what's next was breakfast, and then a massage, and step by step, what's next. For a long time, I didn't know what 25 was going to be.
Months.
So, yeah, months. Yeah.
And there's just talks going backwards and forwards between your management and you and the team,
and also earlier in that season with different teams, so it was all like it's just so many unknowns, but so it's good to know finally what is happening.
And do you speak with these other teams, or do you have your manager?
Yeah, I always like to be in contact myself, because I feel like it's a bit old school that just the manager goes there, and I like the personal relationship. Soonish after I knew that I'm not going to be driving with Sauber, obviously looked at all the options, what is out there. And that seemed the most attractive, and that's when I called Toto that I'm coming home.
Jack Doohan, you've raced against him in one race, and Franco in 9.
Yeah.
And now they're both, it seems, vying for that seat, which Jack has, but doesn't seem to have that much of a grasp on it. Can you tell any difference between those drivers after 1 and 9 races?
It's too early to say. I think time will show in the end. Jack is a promising, smart kid, seems fast, and he's got his chance to prove himself, which I believe he will do.
Why is Valtteri in Perth? Because he's racing in this road series. He's in the amateur section, the 35 to 39-year-olds, and that event started this morning at 6:31 a.m. Why have you come down here?
To see Valtteri and also to enjoy the cycling.
I think it's great for Perth, and it's great to get everybody out supporting F1 in Perth.
What about his Australianness?
Love it, mate. It's the mullet that does it for me. Good on him. Good on him for embracing, our culture and what he does, and he's an honorary Australian as far as I'm concerned.
And how did Valtteri go? Well, he ended up 19th in his 35 to 39-year-old age group, and about 5 minutes behind the winner. An admirable performance on a stunning day in Perth. So Valtteri's finished his race, he's come up to watch Tiffany start hers, and then he's hot-footed it down here to this pizza place where he's going to grab a pizza. And did these people know who this man was?
So we're busy researching who he is because we see all their interest.
Right, have you worked it out yet?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Marcel Kittel.
Who?
Marcel Kittel.
No, Formula 1 driver.
What?
Had 10 race wins.
Oh, you see, I was looking up cycling. No, then I don't actually
cycling.
know.
That's his hobby.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Cheers.
I do love pineapple on pizza, so there you go.
Oh, my Italian audience is going to go crazy. You watch the comments in this video, they're going to be on fire.
I like it. I like to create some topics to speak about, so.
Is the primary reason you're here is to do this race or to support it?
of course supportive. But it's nice to keep busy as well. So yeah, I did the same, similar kind of thing last year. So I've got something to do as well, which is cool.
And there were a couple of falls out there.
One was already on the first lap. The first proper corner, 2 guys went pretty hard down in front of me. And then a couple laps later I saw a guy laying in the ditch and there was an ambulance. So didn't look good, but that's bike racing.
And does Valtteri have any injuries?
Nope, touch the wood, nothing so far. And I'll try to keep it that way.
Have you adopted him as an Australian?
Yes, for sure.
Good to hear.
Australia, could you ever see yourself settling down? Are you asked that question a lot?
Yeah, people do ask me, are you gonna live here? And I always say, why not? I don't see any reason why not, but not yet. Well, I still have my active career, and same for Tiffany. She's still racing mainly in Europe with the cycling. So never say never, and I can give you that I'm trying to look for something within Australia just in case.
I spent most of my life here in Perth and I love the place, but you're a new devotee to Australia, and how has Perth compared with Adelaide?
Your buildings are taller here. I think that was the initial difference. It has a feel of a little bit bigger city. We only had a couple of days, but it's windy. That's what I can tell. I've definitely spend more time here, but we're only here for the weekend.
And this is Valtteri with our famous WA quokkas.
First time seeing a quokka, getting a quokka selfie. That's one thing ticked in the bucket list.
I think when anyone who's well known goes to Rottnest and gets a picture with a quokka, it just elevates their standing both in Western Australia and around the world, because they're such interesting little animals and so tame.
They are like super friendly. It kind of looks like they're smiling all the time. And yeah, they get quite close to you. You're not supposed to touch them. That's what I learned, and not to feed them. So I try to keep a bit of distance. But weird little animal, like a mini kangaroo almost.
What things do you love about Australia?
Easier question would be, what do I not love about Australia?
Okay, is there anything that...
It's only a few things.
Right, what don't you like?
Great white sharks who eat people.
Yeah.
Snakes who bite people. Spiders as well, maybe. That's about it. Everything else is beautiful.
At my house in Lancelin, often we'll have young brown snakes stick their head up through the woodwork, and if you tread on it, it's going to bite you. And the little ones are the ones that actually can kill you because they don't control their venom.
That is what I've heard and learned.
Yeah.
And so I'm always watching around. So.
But you're not anywhere near spiders and snakes, are you? Where are you going right out in the bush?
Well, sometimes with the gravel bike we go to some dirt roads and stuff like that. So I've seen on this trip already a couple.
Are you in the water that much?
I'm getting into surfing. So I did some surfing in, close to Bird Bay as well.
Where that incident was?
Yeah, like 30 kilometers out from the incident.
Yeah. But you've got to be unlucky.
You got to be. I think cycling is way more dangerous than surfing. Let's put it that way.
Right. At the end of every one of my... Jump on in.
There you go.
How did you find him?
Well, we came for the race and then parked over there.
Good. Can I get one as well? Yeah, of course.
What do you think about him becoming an Aussie? Do you think we should welcome
I
him?
think it's amazing. I think it's the best adoption Australia's done.
Good.
Not a podium, but respectable.
Exactly.
Who knows what Valtteri's season holds this year for both his motor racing and his cycling. One thing for sure, he's a fine man, a gentleman, and it's great to have him here in Perth, and for that matter, in Australia. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and become a member for a whole lot of extras.
Thanks for watching, and stay passionate. It is gluten-free Hawaii.
As they're called, they hold the bottle
Or you'll upset
right on
the
the top.
Italians with that.
I love upsetting them and their food habits.